Do you ever get to your destination or halfway through and realize that you've forgotten something? Have you ever gotten to that destination and can't remember how you even got there? Would you agree that we spend some of our lives on autopilot? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Recently, Nancy, Anders, and myself went on a 5-hour trip to visit my mother. She lives up north. In order to understand how I got there, let me explain a little bit about our transportation. I have a Toyota minivan that has been modified for my use. It has a ramp that goes out that I roll up to get into the van. The center row of seats have been removed, as well as the passenger side seat. In order for me to get in the van, we lower the ramp. I roll into the van and into the passenger seat, side seat area. Nancy uses a couple of straps that attach to the floor and then onto my wheelchair to secure me. On this particular trip, I had a bulky piece of equipment that I needed to bring with me. And so in order to get that into the van, first thing I do is I get into my spot, and then the equipment is put behind me and the ramp is closed and we go on our way. Along the way, we decided to stop every 60 to 90 minutes at one of these state-run, run-down rest stops. In order to do that, every time we did, she would lower the ramp, take the equipment out of the van, then I would exit the van, and we would use the restroom, take Anders on a little walk, get back in the van. And again, to repeat the process, she takes the equipment out of the van, I roll in, then she puts the equipment behind me. Then we go on our way. About an hour before we reached our destination, we saw a shining light. That's right, 2 golden arches. It was a McDonald's. Considering it was a very hot day, there were 2 things that we really looking forward to: air conditioning and clean restrooms. We lowered the ramp. She took the equipment out of the van. I rolled out to get into position for her, took Anders out. She put the equipment back in the van. We went into McDonald's, used the restroom, and then came back out. She lowered the ramp, took the equipment, put it back in the van. She lowered the ramp, I rolled in, then she took the equipment, put it in behind me, backtrack. That's okay, it's part of speaking. When I got into the van, she closed the ramp and then we went on our way. An hour later, we arrived at our destination. That was when we realized that she had forgotten to put the equipment behind me in the van.
Oh.
My goodness. We had 2 options at this point. We could either stay the night and drive home the next day, or I could go to a medical supply store and buy a new piece of equipment. She must have been on autopilot. At that point, I realized that I should probably call the McDonald's to see what happened to the equipment. Using Google Earth, one of my best friends, I backtracked about 60 miles and found the McDonald's based on the off-ramp that I remembered. Then I used, again, my best friend, Google, to find the phone number. And I decided to call them from the hotel phone. Ring, ring. Hello, this is McDonald's. My name is Ricky. How can I help you? Hi, Ricky. My name is Mark. I was curious. Did you happen to see a piece of equipment sitting right next to the handicap area? Well, Mark, I did happen to see a piece of equipment, but we got really busy and I couldn't bring it in. However, we do have video surveillance equipment, and I am going to take a look to see what happened to it, because it's not there right now. Give me a moment. Aha, I did pull it up and I do see the equipment there. Let me fast forward. About 20 minutes ago, a white Cadillac pulled up. Man got out of the Cadillac, opened the trunk, put the equipment in the trunk, and drove off. No way, are you kidding me? That's unbelievable. This is going to make a great story for a group I belong to. Could I have a copy of the videotape? I'm sorry, Mark. We can't allow that because of privacy concerns. That's okay. This is still going to make a great story. Thanks, Ricky. Click. The takeaway could be, if you want to get rid of some bulky equipment, leave it on your front lawn or in the parking lot of a McDonald's, but it's not. What I want to express to you is that if something could go wrong, it probably will. The best thing you can do with that is to make light of it. Turn lemons into lemonade, put a big smile on your face, go about your day, and hopefully you won't take part in being a cineast in your own movie. Mr. Toastmaster.